Yeah, I'm going to put out a different video than I usually do. I'm afraid my videos are a little bit overboard about the end of time and existence, although they are true. There's a little bit too much, I don't know what you'd say, enthusiasm put into them. I'm not enthusiastic that the world's going to end. I am enthusiastic at the coming of Christ, but that's a totally different story. I've been noticing that the general public, the media, even the net, that people are starting to go into a perpetual dream state where if you try to explain the reality of any situation, it falls into the category of dreaming. Because most people's lives today are a dream. And a dream, the way I'm using this is I'm saying it's a dream. It's something that's been produced by television, society, the new culture, media, even the net, where people don't have their own thoughts. They don't make up their mind on what's happening in the real world around them. Instead, they become a character out of a film, a book, a movie, something in the culture. Just take a drive across town from the barrio to the wealthy area and talk to people. And you'll find that most people fit into a stereotype that's been drawn. It's a dream that's been laid out. It's a way of being that, however a person's personality is made up, it was the easiest way for them to make it in life. Like the person in the barrio, in the hood. They live in the hood, they were raised there. It's easier for them to fit in and to live their existence in the manner that they've lived around. They've been socialized into that way of life. And there isn't really any other way of life to them. The same to go into the middle class area where people work. They've been socialized into these middle class attitudes and way of being. We can even post it with the protesters, the Wall Street protesters. I've talked to them. They have no knowledge of what a protester is and what they're protesting. They're an image of what they saw on TV of films made 40 years ago or 20 years ago or that they've seen in the media somewhere. Seems like everyone is becoming a product of media, of the contemporary culture. Whereas in the time before electronic media, people had to read, had time to themselves, and talked and discussed what was going on in their lives and in the world. And now all people are doing is picking up on what's in the media and what's on TV and they're becoming that character. They're literally hypnotized into becoming a character rather than being their own persona. They take on the persona of someone in the world around them, whether it is a real person or a fictitious person. Most people today have become fictitious. They don't have a real developed personality. They haven't gone beyond that stage of, I don't know, infancy, childhood, where you develop a personality. Now look around you. Anywhere you see, you can see this. I been to a few been to I go to different libraries at different colleges, and you'll see the students are not really, they're cardboard cutout students that are in B movies on TV, uh, talking about how they chugged down 5 quarts of beer the night before. This world has become so intensely brainwashed. It's unbelievable. And even people that are awake, that think they're awake, really aren't awake at all. They're just awaking from one dream into another, from one persona into another persona, rather than developing themselves as individual human beings. Now, I found that in my travels through 30 states, and it's gotten far worse in the last 15 years than I can even believe, because I've kept mostly to myself with certain groups of people for the last 15 years. But when I got on this YouTube thing, it's only been about 3 weeks ago, uh, I started seeing this even more. Now, I'll have people writing me and writing comments and giving me emails, and they're expecting me to spoon feed them and lead them by the hand to the information. They don't even know how to type in the Google and find the information they're looking for. They want me to explain every portion of it, every word and explanation, when they can just take and look it up themselves and read it from the source. Now, I don't know what's the educational system dumbing people down or what have you, but I'm not gonna read you a textbook, even though I can read a textbook in one day. I don't think that most of you people out there can, though a lot of you probably can. Uh, but I'm not going to do that for you. We're entering an extinction event. But it doesn't mean when you say extinction event that it's something that happens at a snap of a finger. It can take time. It can take 5 years. It can take 10 years. It can take 2 years. It can take a year. It can take 6 months. It can happen all at once. So start to think for yourselves and look at things. You're not awake unless you can find it yourself. You don't need somebody to lead you by your hand. And that seems to be what a lot of you folks out there want done, is to be led by the hand. I've gotten 300 emails this week. Okay, that might not seem like a lot to some of you people that have 20,000 subscribers, but it's a lot to me. And a lot of them just want you to lead them by the hand. And they're mad about it because you're not leading them by their hand. They want something for nothing. They don't want to put out any effort at gaining some knowledge. They just want somebody to spoon feed it to them. That's all I got to say for tonight, and that's it. So I'm going to sign off.